Bourbon, Brass, and Beyond welcomes Jason Kern from Cleveland Barrel Hunter for our 40th episode. You will want to give your full attention to this episode because these picks were amazing. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. Here is Jason with Dan and Bob.
Well, good afternoon.
How's everybody?
Welcome to Bourbon, Brass, and Beyond. Today we have Jason from Cleveland Barrel Hunters here, and he has brought a large selection of
some of my previous picks.
Yeah.
You guys don't do like we're the whiskey junkies. I'm Dan, and I'm
No, we just assume everybody knows what.
yeah. Catchy taglines to start the videos.
You know, sometimes I'll do like the AI voice where I'll type in like the intro to the episode.
Oh, and lay it over.
Yeah.
So cool.
I do that.
Yeah.
And then at the close, but other than that, no.
A little synopsis of what is in the video. Nice. Yeah. I've seen some of the videos, some cool stuff. I mean, obviously the setup you have here is incredible. So thanks for having us today.
Yeah. Thanks for coming down. This is exciting. I think we're going to do a warm up with Little Russell's Reserve.
Yeah, right on.
And
build up to some of the picks you guys can try.
I'm excited for these.
I didn't bring any of the hot thing right now with the River Roots is the single malt, so I didn't bring any of those because those are super divisive.
Yeah.
So
You gotta
I didn't pull one of those.
just
Because I mean they're palate destroyers.
Yeah.
Like you could get in and dig into them, and then there's like a barbecue and a burnt tire and a very earthy, like kind of like weed aspect to it, and
starts adding up fast across everything.
it does. It moves in so many different directions.
So this is a 16-year-old. This is the 2003 distillate. This was before they raised the entry barrel proof.
Oh, happy Sunday!
Good to see you. Get at it.
Wow, that is. I mean, everything you want in an aged turkey.
Oh yeah. So I have an old Dusty. I have a 1983 Wild Turkey 101. And that had been my favorite forever until I got this. And this is like just a nice vanilla bomb.
Nice. I was gonna say vanilla, but then it's kind of got that like little bit of a oak that sits around in the mouth and just kind of lingers. Yeah, I have a buddy that's really into with Dusties, and he has this. He kind of gets them for different people, whatnot, from different estate sales. But he'll travel Indiana and all over. And I just have decanters like everywhere, and they're all in mason jars and 1983 beam, 1976 this. They're just. He has the Chessman. Have you ever had the Chessman?
Oh yeah. I've seen them. I've never had one, but
so he gets them pretty regularly. And I literally have buddies that are like, "You got all these Dusties and these 1970." He goes, "Just get one Chessman and get rid of the rest of them." There's nothing better. That is literally the peak of Dusty bourbons.
And that's Old Crow.
Yeah,
but
which is funny because I mean, Old Crow is like that looks like a prohibition.
It's a 1944. So distilled in 1939, bottled in 1944. Old Crow.
Nice.
So maybe we can.
Yeah,
we're gonna end on that one.
That looks like a little.
That's a fantastic one.
A bootlegger bottle.
Yeah,
that's what I wanted to say.
I a friend that does estate sales and clean outs. He's like, yeah, I got a bunch of junk bottles if you want to come take a look.
It is crazy in 2026 that we have this market that's still for this estate style homes that this stuff has been sitting in a basement or in a garage, and these poor wives that when the husband passes away have no idea what to do with it.
Yep.
They finally have somebody in the family that's giving them a little bit of help to get rid of this stuff, and they really just reach out online in different like facets to find somebody that can catch an ad or an offering like that. And then that's kind of what he did. And he's got this like guy that he works with now that is in Indiana. This guy has just insane collection of original bottles from way back then, decanters, mint tax strips. So just a lot of stuff that is still sitting in these homes that people have no idea.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah, to imagine just leaving that, living in a house that long, but let alone just leaving that in a cupboard somewhere.
And having no idea what it is.
None.
And then you got these guys that are up at 4 o'clock in the morning standing in line to get the newest 25D stag. And I'm like, I don't know. It's such a subjective hobby. People will find their own lane, I think, at some point and kind of stick with that. I try to get my bourbon buddies to deviate because I'm not a big game hunter. I like the craft distillery. I like the MVPs. I like blends, stuff like that. And they finally, open up to it at some point and give it a chance. And then they're like, wow, this is like incredible stuff. It's like.
He's got an old milk glass one up here that is old. That is my favorite thing that I've ever had. It's unreal how just, again, it sits around forever. I don't think it's clearly not aging, but at a certain point, how it gets that good is unreal to me.
I mean, this nose on this is like a Dusty Rick house. Like you can close your eyes.
100%.
Holy cow, you could be anywhere. And it's visually or mentally going to take you there.
Yeah.
That was wild. And that's kind of what I've been blessed to get on a lot of my profiles for the stuff I've been pulling out of River Roots. Not so much on the Wilderness Trail pick that I did. It's a little bit sweeter and has a kind of vanilla, soft touch to it. But these off-profile, like Bookers and stuff, they really have this incredible profile that's very reminiscent of what we're sipping on because it just has this. When the glass is empty and you sit there, you're like,
Yeah, it keeps coming at you.
It just keeps coming, and you're like, holy cow, this is everything you want.
Yeah.
That's a good starter. Good call there, Dan.
To you. We're going to be going through these, I have a feeling, today.
Bob brought over extra glasses.
Just in case.
You know, I always get my jaw chopped about having so many glasses because I have the multi-tier thing in the corner and it's just full of glasses.
Going.
And it's usually just me and a couple buddies.
Yeah.
What the hell you doing?
Because you never know.
You never know.
So I listened to a podcast probably a year ago about Wilderness Trail, the guy that started it.
Yeah.
And he had a background in agriculture and sciences for
chemistry and same guys. And they were actually bought up by Campari not too long ago. And the kid that does the single barrel program, he's incredible. I've known him for years. So I went down there years ago with a lot of local groups and we would do single barrel picks, and he's still down there, Riley. He's just an incredible kid. And you go down there and it's super casual and they have like this old, I want to say it's like the 30s style brick house where they kind of have their offices and these cigar lounge chairs and couches where you just melt into the couch and you're like, well, I'm not going anywhere. Just bring me whiskey. Yeah. And that's literally what happens. Chill. It's still one of my favorite places to do picks. So when I went down there and then my counterpart, Matt, we were doing picks of like 4, 5. This is a 4-year whiskey that's just kind of everything you want in a sipper, a regular sipper, something you can go back to. And I think it's like a 4 years and 11 months, 4 years, 7 months. But people will get so caught up on age statements. But if you did that in a blind, you'd be like, oh, this is so enjoyable. Yeah, you wouldn't know any different. So,
well, and I did read, and I hear that they do the lower barrel entry proof when they do their whiskey.
Yes.
So it's not, you get more of the oils and the natural
abstraction from the barrels, which is, I think, is the way to go. But because you come in super hot and you got to bring it down, you're taking away from the profile. Yep.
You want to do
that? Absolutely. So when you guys do your typical, your daily pours, or what do you guys mix it up a little bit? Do you guys start out with usually the same thing?
No, we normally mix it up. I think
it really depends on what we're doing. I think though too, like if we know we're getting into some of the older or fancier stuff, I think we usually try and set something. Yeah.
Go a little lighter.
Yeah.
So I'm the guy when you come over for the bottle shares, I just I start pouring a bunch of stuff for you right away. I'm like, you got to try this. You got to try that. You got to try this. And then it escalates very rapidly.
He can't stop.
Yesterday, he just got that one.
It's pretty too.
It is. It's so killer. Look at the texture on it.
Yeah.
Nice.
It just looks, that bottle's by itself with nothing in it would be awesome.
Like anything like that. And let's see what year it is. So he's got 1959 and that's text strips.
It's awesome.
1959 is clearly labeled on the text strip.
What was this one? That was what?
What the
decanter?
So that's a 1962 distillate, 1968 bottling of Old Fitzgerald. So that's Pappy's.
The very old
and the milk glass decanter were both distilled in 62.
Okay. What is this? A 50 ml?
It's a half a pint.
Wow.
But this one was distilled in 48 and bottled in 52.
That's just killer. I mean,
yeah.
It's a terrible for modern shelves, but people at stores would see that and be like, ugh.
Yeah. So we're back at it.
Cool.
We're going to have to splice that video.
Surprise.
Back to the
Wilderness Trail, like I was saying. It's very complimentary of where we came from. It's got a little bit more kick to the tongue, but
I'll tell you, the nose on this is really, really nice.
Yeah.
Though.
Not too dissimilar from where.
No.
Which is wild because, I mean, this is pre-Campari. You see it now, and it's like, holy cow.
Yeah.
Man.
Keeps going.
It's almost like it's a completely different flavor rye. Like the rye actually is a really deep rye. Like the difference between like a deep sourdough bread and just white bread. It has a much deeper taste to it.
Yeah. And I mean, 4 years, 7 months, and it's got
that's a great
the legs on it are just, I mean, this is, which like I said, we tried a bunch of 5-year stuff, approaching 6-year stuff, and you take away all the preconceived notions and you blind stuff like this. And
that's the key when you're just, it doesn't matter when you don't know.
But on the other side of it, when you're trying to present this to somebody or sell this to somebody or offer it to somebody and they're like, oh, what's the age statement? I'm like, come on,
doesn't matter.
Go blind, shut up, enjoy it.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I really dig those. So out of all my picks, I've had all my picks sold out basically in less than a day. For some reason, this one here that I've had for a little bit now, I have 2 cases still. And then even the backbone, we still have a decent amount of those left. It's just one of those things where you kind of get it in the hands of the right people and they kind of give their feedback socially. You know, social media nowadays is your helper in moving some of the stuff to people.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
So, I mean, we got, like I said, that's the weeder. That's the almost 8.5 year Southern distilling weeder. This is kind of similar to where we're at right now. This is one of my first group picks when we shifted to the Cleveland Barrel Hunter. And this is an off-profile Booker's. I mean, I don't have to tell you. You'll know right away. You'll know right away. Very dusty vibes, kind of.
When'd you pick this?
This was almost a year ago.
Okay.
Yeah, that known as Nightcap. There's a friend of a friend that came up with that because 2 things I don't care is what it's called and what the hell is on the label. I care about what's in the bottle. I mean, we work so hard nowadays, and just to have a little bit of money to have a hobby like this, we're so blessed.
Crazy,
yeah, just to relax at the end of the day and have some incredible stuff.
Oh, there's the bean note.
Oh yeah, you weren't kidding about a bean, but man,
I mean, what a flavor bomb.
Yeah,
it's just. I have buddies that are like, oh, no, bean, I don't like bean. I put that into a Glen, and it is like, what is this?
Yeah.
It's so
It's still got a little bit of that earthy beam thing to it, but man.
Absolutely, yeah.
But I think the vanilla just kind of runs with it. It's so good.
Yes.
Man.
I never really was here chew on it a little bit or this or that, but when you suck some air, there's something like this. It is like I don't know. It's just like an eye open. It's like wakes it up the entire profile on what you're drinking.
Yeah.
Well, this thing, it's like again. It's
the thoughts going, huh?
Yeah. It's just the way it holds on the palate, the way it.
And then I feel like it just the warm slowly migrated to the back of the throat.
Yep.
But the flavor just kind of stayed with
when your saliva starts hitting, you're kind of chewing on it, and it starts to sit back a little bit. You get that light Kentucky hug down the belly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the proof on that one?
1.5, 126. That's the part
do you taste it? Do you taste the 125?
No.
It's crazy.
So that's the part that was my short circuit because I'm thinking like, this is like, again, there's some really good stuff out there, but we just keep going up, and this is an easy sip. That's the part that kills me about this.
Yeah, and that's my ultimate goal with the group. And flying solo now and running it solo for the last 6 to 8 months, doing the picks that I've been doing by myself. I try to get as many people involved as I can in the group. Obviously, I've made my bones or my reputation on picking incredible barrels for other groups. I've been blessed, like I said, to do a lot of picks at River Roots. Groups will know who I am, and then they'll message me and be like, hey, we're going to be in town Tuesday for a pick. Can you do it? I'm like, I'll find a way. Twist my arm, I'll find a way. And then I'll go over there, and then they'll kind of, I really find it fascinating now how these guys will all sit together and they'll be like in totally different directions. And then they'll go, Jason, what do you think? And I'll give them my 2 cents, and then all of a sudden, all of them are like, yeah, that kind of is the best barrel.
When you put it that way.
Yeah. And I try to be as humble as possible, but I'm sitting there just like, I think this one. You know what I mean? Just pointing like, I like this one.
Yeah.
No, look back this way.
yeah. Like a total idiot. I'm like, well. And once you start like presenting the notes for people and people start picking up on them, it kind of just opens their world to what they're actually tasting.
I mean, I feel like River Roots has done it right now too at this point. Like of all the drama and all the headaches going on right now, I feel like they found a way to be able to, like, they're consistent in it.
They are. They're very consistent in what they're picking. Ryan Lentz and Tom Gray, they do an incredible job on picking. Ryan travels and picks the barrels, and they have samples and just the whole gamut. And they open all the doors and dig as deep as they can. And they've just been really fortunate to find the right stuff, and it's paid off for them.
Yeah.
Obviously, they've only been around 2 years now, a little less than 2 years. And back when they first opened up and nobody knew who they were, I did a lot of running for them. Like, became friends with them real fast and would buy bottles and text buddies and message buddies, and ran a ton of stuff for them. And I became the River Roots guy in a lot of my circles and stuff. And it's just to see the evolution, and then where they were presenting this stuff that's like 8 to 10 years for like $60 a bottle.
It's crazy.
And now that it's been a couple years and they kind of got bigger, and they're a business. Yeah. Everything's going up. Prices go up. Yeah. People are like, oh, now River Root's just charging this and charging that. And it's like,
there's no escaping it. Like,
there is no escaping it. You have to abide by what the current market forces you to do.
Businesses need to make a profit.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
I always feel bad for
people. It's a tough pill to swallow. Yeah. Then shipping. And now that they're obviously an NDP that's kind of blew up over the last year or so, they have to use a distributor. This is a small operation. There's literally 4 or 5 people that work with it. Yeah. I know everybody there. Like, people don't understand. Like, they can't, when you get hot like that, essentially overnight, but it's been almost a year, you gotta outsource some services, and
something has to. Yeah.
That stuff is not free. It is not cheap. But you will get it in the hands of, like, I have buddies in San Diego. I have a large contingent of people in my group that are from the San Diego Fire Department. I don't know where they came from. They're all incredible people, and they are super receptive to all my picks, which is incredible. And I greatly appreciate it. But, like, getting River Root to San Diego and Florida, and that's the snowball effect. That's what you want.
Yep.
Yeah. Especially being a Cleveland-based company, because I'm Cleveland to a T. I love my city. I've traveled all over. I've lived out west. Sucks me right back in.
Yeah.
Good people. It's affordable and crazy. Like, a little deeper into these other neighborhoods and stuff. It's like when you were breaking down Youngstown and how it is currently from where it was. Yeah. I love that stuff.
Yeah. That's awesome.
That's just Midwest living now.
Yeah, well, you're exactly. You're exactly.
Yeah, you go to East Coast, you go to West Coast. They're like, that's so boring and slow. I'll take it.
Well, every Sunday in the fall, Bob and I start. Well, the beginning of the fall starts okay, but by the end of the fall, we're bitching at each other back and forth about the leaves, the browns,
the browns.
Your sports teams.
It's horrible.
Well, I'm a product of the late 80s, early 90s, so I'm a diehard Bills fan.
You fell out of that.
The early 90s was tough.
Yeah.
As a young, influential kid that's running up the stairs to rip down posters because the damn football went to the left of the goal, right of the goalpost, and not the.
Yeah, we lived that. Yeah, it was tough years, and somehow they don't get any easier at this point.
They do not.
So the weeded one.
Yes.
Now, you said you sold out of both of these, right?
I did. The Notice Nightcap is gone. I do have a couple of the weeded left that I kept for myself in reserve. I kept about a case of them. I think I have like 4 left. Ironically enough, coming to do this today, I literally had 3 messages last night. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, I need another weeder in my life because I've been hyping up what's coming next. My next weeder, the double oaked weeder, which I think is going to smash anything I've ever done.
Yeah.
But that's just my opinion. Can't wait to get that in the hands of the group. But yes, so I have some of the Wilderness Trail. I have a couple of the double oak backbone, which is really cool. That's a rye. We'll get there at some point. But the weeders are so hot right now across the board. Like, the new Bernheim coming out, the aged one, which I thought was a little underwhelming, but it's nice to see weeders come out there because, I mean, I started back in the day with old Maker's Marks and stuff like that, just sitting on shelves and at my uncle's houses and taking a sip of this or a sip of that.
Bob and I both are weeder fans.
Yeah. Okay, good.
But I'm also, I think, learning that I'm a double oaked fan.
Yeah.
If I could see a combination of that,
it's coming.
Hello. Yeah.
I would like that.
So like I mentioned before, it's probably at about 26 days in the second barrel. So what it is a Southern distilling weeder that's almost 9 years, that is in a hazmat Barton barrel, a 14-year hazmat Barton barrel that is just turning into this orange, custardy, dusty Rick House vibes. It is so dang good. Like I mentioned, I pulled the original sample just to see the evolution from where it was. So this is the original run of Southern distilling that River Roots did, and then this is this B batch, the second batch. So I mean, if you want to go there, we can go there.
Sure.
But yeah. So do you have barrels aging at your place, or like?
Yeah. So I had it's in my basement. I have my own Rick House. We actually have a beautiful bar in my basement.
Yeah.
That I don't go anywhere
because it's all packed up with.
Yeah. So. Yeah, so it's like I said, I'm the king of the.
She's gonna keep twisting the knife while she's sitting here too.
The Shanghai shelfer in the store is like I'm the king of that.
That's funny. Oh wow. Well, I checked that bottle because I was curious if you had it at 107 or not too. Like I was curious where it ended up at.
Yeah.
What's it?
I feel like that's what everybody just ends up at conveniently ends up at 107.
Well, I was an ambassador for Pursuit Spirits. I love those guys, Kenny and Ryan, and that 108 proof point for them. Yeah. Was so money. It was so money for everything that they had. And Ryan is a blender he's incredible.
The nose on this is a little bit different than what I would have expected.
Lighter.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a lot more faint notes, but if you keep going back into it, you can kind of pick up something different every time.
Man, that's smooth.
So I'm getting like a toasted toffee, like caramel brittle, like that.
Yeah. Yeah. With the little bit of nut in it. And yeah.
Yes, that is.
And the legs on this is another one.
Yeah.
I mean, the legs on this
it's
thing
crazy.
for not even officially a 9-year. But Southern Distilling it was the Paragon. They're one of my personal favorite distilleries. I think they're so incredible.
Oh, that's good.
Yep. And this is one that it's so consistent. Like a lot of stuff will open up and change a little bit. This is so consistent. This is my it might be my second bottle of this, but it is consistently what it is, and it's so dang good. And it doesn't need to be anything else, in my opinion.
Wow. I think Steph needs to come try this. She wasn't a bourbon drinker, and I've kind of.
She started finding a couple things she liked.
She's coming over to the dark side.
It's how soft is this though?
Yeah, that's the part that
it's the ultimate thing. It is so soft.
Man.
It's got a little bit of that wheat funk in the initial, and once that dissipates, it's
but I don't think it's, to your point, it's a little bit. I don't think it's
very soft.
Yeah.
So I love the flavor that I'm getting at the top back of my roof of my mouth. Like it just turns to that nice dark caramel brittle and almost chocolate.
Yep.
And that is just phenomenal.
When you said brittle, that made me smile because that was literally the initial tasting note that I had for this.
Oh yeah.
That's a very good one. Summon.
Yeah.
Try that.
Summoned arm twisting. So it's good though. So like I said, this is the A batch. So this will be the B batch. So this is the new batch. And what they did with these, they actually had 22 barrels. 7 of them or 9 of them. 7 of them had experimental staves in it. And this was one of them. So I was blessed enough to go with Ryan. He called me on a Saturday night and said, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I said, "What do you need?" So we went over there, and there was 6 of us. And we broke down all 22 barrels, and this was the allotment that I went through before things went drastically south.
For Uber.
Yes. So this was one of my favorites from the get go.
Yeah.
And it's like I said, so it'll be interesting to see what you guys
compared to this,
which is just a straight, almost 9-year Southern Distilling leader.
Okay. I'm going to save that one. I'm coming back to that one.
Yeah, I'm going to want to compare. I'm out of glass. You got more of it? I'll have to go to the box.
Well, here. We can go to these.
Okay.
A little bit different shape.
So as you can see, I mean, this was initially full not too long ago when
You haven't liked it at all?
No.
This morning before the drive down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Before I opened up my Bible this morning, I went straight to this, pulled the flask out of my pocket.
We got to make sure it's clean.
Yes. Dan, this is how I cleanse my soul.
And that's how you keep it close to your heart.
Yes.
You put it right there in the pocket.
There's actually, if you want more, there's enough here to kill this. So help yourself.
Definitely different. Like I'm just going back and forth.
So I'm getting more caramel on the nose.
Yeah. I think that a little extra aging is.
It presents itself to be a little thicker than the other one.
Well, it does. Wow.
I'm in.
Crazy, ain't it? And they're good. That's good. Southern Distilling is so dang good.
They keep sneaking out random stuff too. That's the part that, I mean, you always hear about all these other folks that are producing stuff, but somehow it's always them that comes out ahead. Like it's just, I don't know.
And especially the older and stuff they get, it is like, it just doesn't miss. And like, I'm not the biggest on finished stuff, obviously, as you can tell by my traditional style profile, which is my preference. But they did the honey finish. It is so dang, and it was distillery only. There were those small bottles, and I got a couple of them. And like I said, it's softer. It's not overly done. It's not overly sweet. It doesn't feel like it was like a Good Times gimmicky kind of forced flavor. More of a natural honey, which is.
So I am not a finished, bourbon person either. I just don't like wine.
Yeah, I don't either. Port finish and all those finishes. No, I'm glad people do enjoy them.
Right.
For the people putting them out, obviously.
Yeah.
But
so we did a podcast. Gentleman down in Florida sent up samples, and we did a Armagnac.
Oh, okay.
And
it's gone. We'd offer you some, but it's gone.
We can smell it.
Yeah.
But it was
famous last words.
Yeah.
It was phenomenal. I mean, so
you're on it though. Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm familiar with them. Yeah.
So Dan from Ode is going to be on our podcast in April.
Oh, killer. Yeah. He's got some incredible stuff. So I have a few different groups that are really into their stuff right now. Obviously following them on social media with the blue labels and really cool stuff.
But I was really surprised because, I'm not a wine person, but it was just
different enough. And like, I don't know. It was sneaky good.
So I'm also a rum guy. So I have some very old Cuban rums and stuff like that so complimentary of this, but this type of stuff just keeps going and going, and where rum kind of falls off, or it's a better mixer than this or that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That dusty Rickhouse nose is it's crazy. Very reminiscent of that on the nose. That dusty Rickhouse.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait till the evolution of this.
When's it go back in?
It's in now.
Okay.
So yeah, we're at about 22, 24. I'm in about 22, 24 days. I checked.
You said it's better than this?
It's complimentary. I will say that. It's turning it. It keeps that dustiness, that Rickhouse.
Yeah.
It's got like a more of an orange peel, smooth zest. Yeah. That pushes forward, and you're like, holy smokes.
Yeah.
And I was getting that. And that's what I get a lot of the orange zest on the Fitzgerald stuff.
Yes. Very reminiscent of that.
Okay. Yeah. We're going to have to.
I told you. It's my favorite.
Weeders nowadays at that 8 to 10 year mark, man, they go toe to toe with anything.
Everything. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That was crazy good.
Fantastic. All right. So.
Yeah. So, I mean, what we have left here. So we did a tasting at Leather and Oak down in Hilliard, which is down by Columbus. Steve is incredible. His wife's fantastic. They just put on just a really hospitable environment for tasting 100% corn whiskey. It was sourced and distilled through Middle West, which Middle West is doing fantastic stuff right now. And I think they really have. I mean, a lot of people gravitate to that pumpernickel rye.
Yeah.
Which I think for me is not my jam, but I know a lot of people love that. And obviously with the purchase of Old Elk, and I lived out in Colorado for years, so Old Elk was just everywhere out there. So this is a sample I pulled. This is something I was going to bring to the group. Still maybe, possibly.
Sneaking away.
Yeah. But I definitely wanted to pull a sample just because of how much I enjoyed it.
I'm going to be impressed you get this good. Oh, look at you.
I am not going to get this good. No. The variables are...
The dimensions are not on your
Bob
side.
makes fun of me.
Oh, you're horrible.
Worse than this? I mean, this is like...
Yeah, but you're working against it on the geometry of this whole thing is your problem. He can't get that out of a normal bottle.
Thank you.
Oh. I'm pouring this like I have my eyes closed.
That's what they invented bar towels for.
That's right.
I hate to waste your
And I'm the linen guy, so that works out.
I know I got to clean them. We got
I know a guy.
Orangey.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't want to say anything, but I was going to.
Wow.
100% corn whiskey. Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
That was just like...
It's like mellow effing corn, but good.
Wow.
Steve said, he goes, well, I got the sheet. He goes, I'll tell you this. It's 10 plus years.
Yeah.
It's the only thing he would not tell us.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sneaky. Man.
It's not terribly dark. I mean, really good legs. Nothing.
The palate was so much sweeter than what I was anticipating.
Yeah, that's that 100% corn, man. It's just.
But it's not a bit obnoxious like Castle and Key, sweet or fake.
Mm-hmm.
The relegation table.
Yeah.
These are all things that have, these are all things that we've killed. Like, no, that's not coming back.
That's going over there.
Well, see, that's my problem. Because I'm not afraid to go down that road, but I have cabinets like that. That's the problem.
So the house was built in 1926 or 27. It's got a prohibition closet up the front.
Oh my goodness!
So normally,
that's incredible.
So normally the stuff I don't like, stick up there.
Yeah.
But
at least it's in a cool room.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I didn't even want to walk that up there.
Yeah. It sat there. And is that the weeder?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's like an earthy dirtiness that just doesn't go away. If I remember, I haven't had that for a while, but
dirty socks.
Dirty socks. Yeah.
And I went into a whole dissertation on what dirty socks is mean.
We'll let you try it.
I've had that. No need. Thank you. No, I appreciate the offer. I knew exactly what it was when I turned and looked at it. I was like, oh, that's the weeder.
Yeah.
God bless whoever loves it. I mean,
such high hopes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or as they say down south, oh, bless their heart.
Yeah, bless their heart. You know, it's because I used to travel for work, and when they used to buy up smaller companies. I worked for a corporate company at the time. Memphis, Tennessee is everything you envisioned the South back in the day. Everybody is so sweet. Yes, sir. No, sir. Would you like some sweet tea, sir? I'm like, can I get a water? Well, I don't have any water. We have some sweet tea, though. And I'm everywhere you went. Everybody was so polite.
Yeah.
And it's like the poorest city in the country. Memphis, Tennessee is a gem.
I like this.
I will say, I think the age does help this one out a bit. I think this was a couple years. You wouldn't have the profile that it's on.
It would be way more bitier. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is
harder and a little bit tannicky.
Yep.
This is like, that's all gone.
Yeah.
Sure, we're 6 bottles in, but.
Nah, but still.
But still.
Oh, no. This is, I mean,
I mean, our palates are absolutely in the sweet spot right now for whatever we have to get the most out of what we're trying.
And that's crazy.
That nose is like...
Yeah, that's the part. This reminds me, you mentioned the Armagnacs. A couple of those that we had, those samples were just so off bourbon profile, but unbelievably just crazy.
What was the year on those, you remember? On that?
That one was
38.
Yeah.
38.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
I love stuff like that.
So he's setting up some samples. He's like, what year were you born? I'm like, when we were born in 77. And he's like, all right, I'll take care of you. So he's sending us up some 77 samples.
Yeah, 70 Wild Turkey was like the one, or the 78 anything was really what I was always looking for, Beam or something like that, because that's when I was born. So,
yeah. Well, we got some 75 and 76 Old Granddad.
Those are so consistent, though. They really are. I know this is like...
Never would have thought that something single malt... I just, man, I'm really surprised and impressed by that.
Yeah, 100% corn whiskey. It's like, there's no variance. You know what I mean? It is what it is, but it's damn good.
Yeah.
Especially 10 plus years.
Yeah. There she is.
Try this one too. Thanks for stopping.
Thanks for coming in.
Corn whiskey.
Leather and oak out of Hilliard Oak.
That is fantastic.
So they have a pretty decent following in the Columbus area. They're on all the Kroger's, grocery stores, but they have a lower shelf proof, which is like 86%, 86 proof. I'm sorry. But I pulled also, I didn't bring it down. Cash strength rye that he's got. It is insane.
Not for me.
No,
not for you.
That's okay.
It is.
The nose.
The silence is deafening, right?
Yeah.
We're all sitting here with our noses in a glass like, wow.
Wow. I just can't get over the nose.
If I could somehow pass this through the camera.
Yeah. We were talking, we need to find it. I've never had a good bourbon candle. Like they're never right. Like trying to get this right is the secret.
So there's a candle place that is in East Palestine, Ohio, that friends of ours own it, but they've actually grown pretty large, 1820 candle company. So I was just down there the other day, and she's ordering all the oils in and everything else so she can start to make
instead of blending bourbons, we're blending bourbon candles.
So we're, and I also ordered a tasting kit so that we can compare.
Yeah.
So that we can say, all right, my goal is I want to have like a 10-year.
Is the husband a bourbon guy?
Yes.
So he's going to be behind her the whole time.
Yeah.
But she drinks bourbon too.
So, cool. Okay.
So I want to have like a 10-year, a 12-year.
They know what they're looking for then.
Yeah.
That's cool. How exciting.
Yeah.
Man. But you're right. You go to these distillers and you pay $38 for a candle that's like this. And you get it home, you're like, what the hell is this?
That's not right.
No.
Like literally, just make Rick House. Just make that.
Yeah, just make Rick House. Which is, if you kind of see the theme for my picks here, I mean, it's self-explanatory that dusty Rick House finish that sits in glasses.
That's a great
It's at the end. Like my favorite pour of all time is the 17-year KOK. 2020, 22.
Okay.
It is so reminiscent of the glass itself. Keeping that enjoying pour going is essentially
I'm gonna slide behind you.
what I look for.
I've learned that I really like corn.
100%. Yeah. So Gary Bumgarner, who owns Wood Hat too. I don't know if you're familiar with Wood Hat, but he's the same way. He's like the guru. He's in the lab with his corns and purple corn and red corn and blue corn, and he's got some incredible stuff too. It's the same way. It's 100% corn whiskey, and it's just like,
I didn't realize that guy's getting as low as it is.
Oh, there's.
Oh, I'm sad.
All right, I'm gonna go grab.
Here, I
pull out a trumpet when you pour your last.
I have more here.
I should.
I have more here.
You have one?
Yeah. No, we cannot let that die. Do not. No.
Hey, Dan, why's your flag at half staff? We finished the old fifth.
Fly the whole neighborhood to half.
Yeah. Candlelight vigil.
Tiny. Save it. Tiny. Just give me a splash. Yeah. There you go. Good. Don't waste that on me. Especially this far in. I can't get over this thing.
So this is Bob's favorite. It's in my top 3.
Yeah.
But
I literally just smelled my water. What an idiot.
Was it as good as you hoped?
That's artisan water.
It's got bits of minerals.
That's very mountain
zinc.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the Monticello.
Cool.
Fits.
Yeah, I'm a decanter guy, so I have a couple that are really old ones. Wow, is that nice?
Yeah.
So you're on it? 68.
Gilled 62, bottled 68.
So how's the cork on it? Good? Oh yeah, wow.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It's thinned out a bit, but that's crazy. The glass one it's like a Dream Spirits when they use the glass toppers.
It's like this one.
Yeah, that one's no glass.
And that's all glass. Wow,
Yeah.
that's super cool.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's expensive and the time frame to make those is like crazy.
Yeah. This is the old school.
It was funny when we were down there. He's like, we had some of these old bottles we found out in a bottle graveyard. We're like, you have that?
So, yeah, we went down to Logsdale Distillery, which is the original J.W. Dant Distillery.
Yeah.
And Wally Dant, J.W. Wally Dant, took us around and did a whole big tour. We did a podcast.
Yeah.
And I was...
Yeah, it was a long day.
You see the memory hit him? He said, oh,
that was such a big day.
Yes.
So we're going to dinner that night. He's driving because everybody kept passing their glasses to me.
Yeah.
Like, you want them? Yeah.
We were in the Rick House doing some tastings. We're like, here, Dan, finish this.
So we're driving to dinner in Lexington, and
He's
I'm the
out.
pastor. I'm subbing.
He's out.
yeah.
Pop right back up though. Ready for dinner? Let's go.
Yeah, but he had his eyes closed as he was reminiscing about the hour before.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
Because he couldn't remember anything.
Exactly.
After is the
Yeah.
problem. He forgot it.
It's hilarious.
This is the softest,
It is.
tastiest. Like, wait till it's even. I don't know how.
I don't know how to say this, but not like in a negative way. It reminds me of like a car wash smell.
Yeah.
Like the suds and soaps of a car wash. But like in a really positive way. How dumb is that?
I always said it was like caramel with a little orange zest.
Yeah.
And a little bit of the dusty note on top.
Just a touch, yeah. Wow. This got to be a lower proof, yeah? There's
I
nothing.
think it's 100, if I
Is it?
remember it.
Yeah, nothing back then was
Yeah, nothing was.
holy moly. A little bit of like a woodsy vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's just a 6-year-old. You know, it's the...
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the bottle. I don't know if it's the time. I don't know if it's just different enough
It is.
and soft. That's the part that
Soft is like the biggest word for it.
I just can't get over how easy on the palate that is. Out of everything else.
Yeah, that is A-okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right.
So last but not least, for what I have to offer you,
How low are we running? I got one left, 2 left here.
You got one left? I mean, I can rinse some glasses.
I got one.
it is a bit of a left turn, obviously being a rye.
That's okay.
But like Dan's thing with the double oaked, it is a double oaked rye. 8.5 years. It is. Nolan does an incredible job. I think Backbone is just one of those ones in like Indiana that's just like so dang good. He uses a lot of aged MGP to kind of do different things with. This one I did with the Southern Elite Tasting House. My brother's down in he owns like a store. There's a guy in Florida. There's a guy in Columbus. They kind of all work together.
Okay. She's a tight boy.
She is tight. So the feedback I've gotten on this, because this is my most recent drop, has been absolutely incredible. We have a great guy in our group, Jeff. He posted a picture of when he got it the other day, and then he posted a picture yesterday, and I'm not even kidding. There might have been 10% left.
Gone.
I go, so you're digging that?
Send me 2 more now or I'm in trouble.
This is crazy.
I can't get over how dark that is, too.
Yeah, the color on this is like, so yeah, you're about 8.5 years in the rye, and then it's finished in a light toast barrel.
You must have been able to pull, because there was less char, it just pulled more out of it. I don't know.
Yeah, double barreled rye, the bone snapper.
What a great note.
I know.
Wow. I feel like you get the rye taste without the super rye bite on it.
Yeah, yes. It's a great way to put it. So I'm not a really earthy or spicy kind of rye. I like the kind of like sweetness rye, like the 99% Green River ryes are incredible. 100% Green River ryes.
Holy cow.
You get all the flavor still.
And you still have these?
Mm-hmm.
It's into.
Yeah.
We'll be up that way.
I sold out my lot to my group, but the guys that my buddy Keith in Columbus has quite a few of those.
Okay. Well,
I think I have one in the car, and I have one in the Wilderness Trail in the car that I just keep up. Because when I do bottle meetups for the local guys in Cleveland, they're just like, "Oh, that's the Wilderness Trail, or that's the bump snapper." I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, I'll grab one."
yeah, I think we're gonna grab those.
The color is just
That's the part.
Yeah. Oh wow.
It's another one, right? The legs on it, like it just sticks to the glass, and what that does is mirror to your tongue, to your palate.
We always talk that we don't love ryes.
Mm-hmm.
We taste a whole lot of ryes when we do these things, but yet I'm never going to say they're growing on me, but what this is,
But the problem with ryes, in my opinion, is not being a big rye guy, is you have to try 1,000 to get to
find
one you like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when my previous group that I ran for a while before I kind of left to do my own thing, we did a Whiskey Thief rye. And out of all the barrels we tried, I was like, I can't believe that's my favorite.
Yeah.
It's very bourbon forward rye. And long story short, the guy that I ended up leaving the group to, he got it in the hands of Bruzel at the Canton Festival, Bourbon Whiskey Festival. He did a review on his channel and said it was the best thing he had ever had from that distillery.
It's crazy.
And that was the barrel I picked, which was a rye. Super sweet, super compliment on the palate. It's just so good. But this is got a little. It's got a little bit of a bite that sits on the tongue.
Yeah, but not
nothing.
Oh, wow. It's good.
Man.
Is it proof on that?
I think it's 115 or 120.
124.
120.
Yeah.
I want to say 125, but yeah.
That's sippable.
Yeah.
Like dangerous
really
good. Yeah.
So of the stuff that I have of my most recent picks, what would you say is your favorite? I mean, I think I know where Dan's going.
The Weeder was darn good.
Well, I will take.
Yeah.
Right.
You're not going home with anything today.
Yeah.
We'll fist fight you
That's
before
why
we get
they're
out of here.
You guys enjoy them.
Yeah. Oh, wow. There was not a bad pick here. Every single one I enjoyed.
Yeah. And to your point, it's got a bunch of different, and there's a bunch of different stuff here. None of those
absolute variants.
Yeah.
I think,
yeah, definitely. As you kind of pick through them, you got the softness of the kind of very similar to the wild turkey kind of, even though it's pre-wild turkey. You got the dusty Bookers, which is kind of like off-profile Bookers, which is great. You got the leather and oak, 100% corn whiskey, which just has this incredible sweetness that kind of dances on your profile. The two Southern Distilling Weeders, just super enjoyable from the get-go and kind of lingers around. And then obviously we took a little bit of a left turn with the double oaked rye,
but not. It's not
super
overwhelming.
intrusive. Yes.
So that double oak rye actually was just such a nice surprise.
Is it the pick or is it the double oak? Is it?
So it's a light toast. So they're, they're softly pulling them, that rye away from them, creating that sweetness in the barrel.
Yeah. So I think I like the light toasted. You know, that's more of like that log still type thing for me.
That might be exactly why you like it too.
Yeah. So we went down to Log Still Distillery because my grandpa loved the old school J.W. Dan.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I was raised with. But it had that toasted, charred, you know, the very, very dark flavors in it.
It's definitely better than Kessler. I had an uncle that was his jam, the Kessler. He'd have 84 beers, and then they'd all have to have a shot of Kessler to christen the night. Even
plastic bottles before there's plastic bottles.
I'm like, you love me in any capacity? Because this glass does not tell me you do.
We got Malort. We got some. What else we got over here?
My aunt lived in Chicago, so I was on Malort.
You know it.
I was younger. Holy Lord.
Yeah, I love
Anise, burnt Band-Aid, your tire in your mouth. Nothing better.
Yeah. When we went down to meet Wally, you know, that's one of the things I really like that taste. And I think when I can pick it up in certain places, just perfect. So this is, you know, when this is gone, I'll be sad. The 1939 distilled, 1944 Old Pro.
How cool is that bottle, by the way?
Yep.
That's fantastic.
The great thing about this is it's pre-atomic bomb distillation and then post-World War II.
So you think of the year and you think of the time period, but it's still embossed. It's got an embossed bottle.
Yeah.
Like absolutely fantastic.
The technology that we have today to be able to do this stuff back then. That's the same thing that that JW Dan. Like those were guys who were hand blowing stuff at a certain point. Like you know what I mean? Like that's a full-time job just making bottles.
Yeah, there's no machine back then that was just making this. I don't know if you guys can see the shape of this bottle, but holy moly.
The way it's concaved on the inside, on the sides. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they had mold or something blown into.
This is like, I see you got a lot of the dark arts here. This is kind of like Macaulay's thing with the glass topper, the heavy topper on it. Yeah. But this is what we're talking.
Yeah. So this has a tax stamp that says 16 cents tax paid.
So is that during the medicinal period?
Well, 1944. So this would have been distilled 6 years after Prohibition ended.
Everybody's just getting back into the still.
Amazing. So I'll let you try it.
Yeah. I mean, you get Dusty Rickhouse right off the rip.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow. A lot of the stuff that I have. So Brad Bond, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Revival. Yeah, so Brad's incredible. So my buddy Alex, I linked them two up together. Those two are two peas in a pod. But Revival down in Covington, Kentucky is a place that if you are a bourbon lover, you need to get to. He puts on an absolutely incredible presentation. You're talking about the value is unbeatable to me, in my opinion, for stuff that you have never even knew existed until you sit down on a bar stool in that place.
Yeah.
Anyways, he's all that pre-prohibition stuff, the vintage stuff. That is exactly what you get from the rip on something like this. That's sweeter than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
I'll let you tell me what you think you get, then I'll tell you what I get.
It's a little bit of a short finish, I will say. It hits you immediately.
So for me, the finish is still going, but it's not the initial hit. So on the initial hit, you get, to me, a lot of cardamom, and then you get a very subtle sweet finish that lasts.
Second sip in, though, it's definitely longer than the initial, which is interesting. Because you think it would be what it is when you first initially get to it, but it now it's going.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, it just sits right on the old tongue, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Paid $11 for that.
Did you? Yeah. Well, you robbed him blind, didn't you?
Well, and honestly, I didn't know what I was getting.
Oh, yeah.
At that point in time.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, well,
low risk, high reward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then once I could see it, oh man.
Which is wild because, I mean, you're not talking something so old. You're not talking about terribly dark. I mean, you're kind of like all that, which I think for the time period, a lot of that stuff was kind of that similar, not terribly dark, not terribly light, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
And then if you look at your glass.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
still holding. Never going to go.
Yeah. Wow, that's good. Soft too.
Yeah. Yeah, not as soft as that other one, but yeah, I agree with you. It's got to just be the age.
Yeah, it's got to be the age.
Low entry proof, whatever that thing is.
Right.
Well,
what an enjoyable journey.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
No, thanks for coming.
The flight itself is just phenomenal.
Yeah. I think it's done right? I mean, you build up to where you get to the peak profile, and then once you get past the peak profile, it's all shenanigans and bullshit anyway. But
right.
This is we've kind of honed in on enjoying every one as we start. I mean, obviously prepping the palate there and kind of building up to the peak.
Oh, man.
That's a good rye. That's a crazy good rye.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
I've never said those words before. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I never said those words before. Yeah. That's like me.
Well, if you've got an extra one of those in the truck.
Yes, sir, I do.
I think I need to add that to the.
Yeah.
You guys know how to Roman wrestle? You guys know how to, I only got one, but yeah.
Perfect. Well, hey.
Dan, thank you, sir, for having me.
Thanks for coming.
Appreciate it. Beautiful setting.
Please follow, comment, share.
I will share it on all my social medias. Cleveland Barrel Hunter, no S. Discord, Instagram, Facebook group is private, but if you hit me up, love to have everybody. A little over 700, kind of approaching 800, 750-ish.
That's awesome.
So slow roll. I haven't even been around a year. So
that's awesome.
Perfect.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
Appreciate you having me.
We'll put the
everybody's links in
there in the notes. So please like and subscribe, and we'll follow you.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Maybe we can do something in the future for for a pick.
Absolutely. Love to have you guys on a pick.
We've been talking. This has been like our dream.
Yeah.
This is
the next step. Yeah.
And we were even talking with Wally about doing one. So this is.
I saw the Watkins you have in here. I got a couple of people on my Discord that are really big into Watkins that are like, please do a Watkins single barrel. Please do it. There's a lot of out there to pick from. So we're gonna start picking some of that fruit. But I'm not a big game hunter. Although I will say a little bit of a sneak behind the curtain thing. I do have an opportunity coming with a monster game hunter that, knock on wood, comes to fruition because of some unfortunate circumstances. But generally, I wouldn't hunt that stuff.
Yeah.
This is my jam. So this is what I made my bones on. So I'm excited.
Too.
Well, hey, nice job.
Thank you.
Crazy good.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
And continue to help yourself.
Perfect. Thank you. Well, have a good day, and thanks for watching.
Good night, everybody.
Wow. Thank you to Jason from Cleveland Barrel Hunter. Please find him on Instagram, Discord, and Facebook. You won't be disappointed. Even in the post-production edits, watching this made my mouth water again. Please like, follow, subscribe, and share. Please leave comments. From one comment, I did try to zoom a little closer for this episode. Thank you for watching our 40th episode.